This is the annual College Credit Plus information session for parents, and this is a presentation that we are doing for parents who may have missed the mandatory parent meeting. It gets a little boring, so I try to make it as fun as I can. Don't worry, there will be no dancing when you're done. So the College Credit Plus program is Ohio's dual credit program, so students can earn high school credit and college credit at the same time. So it makes it pretty nice. This is available for students in grades 7 through 12. So if you have a current 6th grader, it is possible that they may be eligible. Every college determines who is eligible, so you have to apply to the college and they will determine your eligibility. It is available to public colleges, and there are some participating private colleges. The colleges that we deal mostly with are Miami, Wright State, and Sinclair. You may apply to more than one institution, so you may have a student who attends both Sinclair and Miami. You can choose from a variety of college level courses, and that is determined by your placement testing. So if you do not test college ready in math, then you may not take a college level math course, and you have to be an Ohio resident. You can earn credits that satisfy both high school and college requirements, and what that equals to is 3 credits of a college class equals 1 high school credit, and that is typical of a college class to be 3 credit hours. Of course, you must successfully complete the course in order to earn the credit. If you fail the college course, you also fail the high school course. These classes are available in the summer, the fall, and the spring. And you can take courses here at the high school, on the college campus, or online, or a mixture of all 3. So we have students here currently who are taking a College Credit Plus course on campus, our English class, and then they are taking an online psychology class, and then they are attending Sinclair for an art class. So it's definitely something that happens. Valley View is lucky that we have partnered with Sinclair. I don't know, this guy's name's Sinclair, I guess. I thought he was cute, so there you go. More funny stuff for you. You have to be eligible for College Credit Plus based on your assessment exam scores. That assessment could be the ACT, the SAT, the AccuPlacer, the Alex, the PlaceU, the MapleSoft. There's all kinds of them. We use the AccuPlacer for Sinclair, and we will actually be testing here at the high school on April the 3rd. You will have to have all of your paperwork completed by March 16th in order for us to be able to test your child on our campus on April 3rd. That is a 3-step process. It is an intent form. They need to apply online, and then they have to do the authorization form. So make sure you have all 3 of those steps completed by March 16th in order to take that assessment test here. You must test college ready in at least one subject area, and then those colleges will review your scores to determine what you can take. If you are not college level, we may consider an overall GPA of a 3.0 as college ready, and that all depends on the college as well as your counselor's recommendation. You have to apply for admission. You're going to contact the college to learn about that process. So if you're thinking of Sinclair, because you are a college student, it is your responsibility to go and seek out this information. When it's all said and done, colleges have the final decision on whether a student can be admitted. If the student is considered eligible and has been admitted, the college is going to discuss the courses that are available to you. So you will actually meet with a college admissions office and speak with someone there in regards to what courses you're able to take. They're going to help you based on your assessment scores and prerequisites. So of course, a course like maybe calculus may have a prerequisite of pre-calculus. So just keep in mind there are some prerequisites. Counselors are going to help you understand whether or not a class can satisfy a graduation requirement. You must be very careful in this. We have lots of students who want to take government off campus, and they'll take a course that they feel like is government, and it doesn't count because we teach American government here. If you're taking a world government, that would not satisfy an American government course. So I tell the kids it's better to be safe than sorry. Come and meet with us. We may have to look at the syllabus or the course description. Courses have to be college level, and they must be non-remedial, and they also must be non-religious. College Credit Plus does not pay for remedial courses or non-religious courses. The grade that you earn in college is also the grade that you earn in high school. So it's the same exact grade. It will be factored into your GPA for both high school and college. It's very important for you to understand that this starts your college GPA. If a high school uses a weighted grading scale, which we do here at Valley View, then it will also be weighted off campus. So if you're taking a College Credit Plus course, it will be weighted. But it has to be in the same subject area, so this can be tricky. We always, again, to be safe, talk with your counselor. If you are a student who is very adamant about making sure you receive the weight, make sure you are taking a course that can be given the weight. So, for instance, we do not have an advanced placement art class on our campus, which means if you take an art class off campus at Sinclair or Miami, you will not receive a weight for that. So students must still complete the end of course exams for English, math, and science. And this is a big one because sometimes those students may take an English class their freshman year and they think, oh, I don't have to take the English end of course, but you do have to take that. So you're still responsible for those end of course exams and you have to still score the 18 points that's required by the state of Ohio. You're allowed to take 30 hours per year for a maximum of 120 hours over the duration of the program. So if you take 30 hours every year starting your freshman year, that would give you your 120 hours. You would be a full-time college student all 4 years. Okay, so you also need to make sure that you calculate your high school credits in with that 30 hours. So a student who takes one high school credit here, it equals 3 college credits. So we have an example here, and this is Joe Schmoe. If you ever Google Joe Schmoe, that's what comes up. I don't really know if that's his name. But we've created a little template here for you to see if you take one high school course, you would have 27 college credit plus hours left. And you can follow that all the way down. So if a student was a full-time Valley View student and they took 7 courses here at Valley View, they would have 9 hours left to take at the college, which is around 3 classes. If you enroll in more than 30, then you will either have to drop the course or you're going to have to pay for the entire course yourself, and that includes books. So you want to be thinking about that. If you enroll in more than 30 and you pay for the course, you're going to assume the cost of the course and the books. And your courses are going to appear on your transcript with a pass fail, anything over that 30 hours. So the differences between high school and college, basically high school, you've got some tests that are given weekly. College tests are very few in between and they cover a lot more material. So you have a little bit more, I guess, preparation for those tests involved there, a lot more material. You have a lot of homework in college or in high school, whereas in college, sometimes it's not a lot of homework. It's a lot of studying, a lot more studying than the typical high school class. So you want to kind of think about 3 to 5 hours per day for every hour that you spend in class, which can lead up to a lot of time. In high school, your information is provided mostly in class, so your teachers will provide of that. You don't have a lot of out of class stuff, but in college, you're going to have to do a lot more independent thinking, a lot more longer writing assignments, and a lot of out of class research. So what we also tell the kids too is when you're thinking about whether this is right for you, if you are a very good test taker and you do really well on assessments, you may be okay. But if your grades are determined mostly by homework, then you may want to really reconsider the College Credit Plus program at this time. Because in college, there are fewer tests and hardly any homework assignments. And so most of your grade is based on those actual assessments. So the parent role, yep, you have a role. I will say it's a lot more minimal than here at the high school. You obviously are still going to advocate and be a mentor for your student, but your student is considered independent. So they are going to be expected from their professors and from the college to make decisions on their own. You're not going to be able to check their progress book. You're not going to be able to call their professor and have a conference or anything like that. So you want to make sure that your child understands that they're a college student and they're going to be treated as such. You also, because the FERPA, which is the Family Education Rights and Privacy Act, protects those records of students, you don't have access to their records. So again, they're considered an adult college student. What are the benefits of participating? We've already talked about a little bit about this. So obviously you can earn high school and college credits at the same time, and you're going to be able to get a head start on college. You can experience college early. So if you're not really sure if it's for you, you kind of get to test the waters early. It's definitely money saving because the cost of books and tuition is completely covered. Woo! What are the consequences? If a student fails or if they withdraw too late, we will ask for reimbursement from the family, and that's going to be for all tuition and books. So you want to think that over clearly. If you have a course that's 3 credit hours and a student fails it, and the course is $100 a credit hour, you are going to be responsible for paying $300 back to the district for that course, and that doesn't include the cost of a book. And also keep in mind that the grades that are on your transcript are there forever, and it can affect things like financial aid, getting accepted into more select colleges. So you just want to be very careful. You may be removed from the program if you perform poorly. So keep that in mind. And as well, as I already talked about, if you fail or withdraw often, your financial aid may be impacted negatively. So what is the expense? If you do a public school like Wright State, Sinclair, Cincinnati State, there is no cost to you. Books are free, tuition's free. Now, if you go to a private college, then there may be some cost that would be handed down to you. Let's talk about books for a minute. The books are property of Valley View. So anytime a student goes to Sinclair, we have a Sinclair library, and they will need to come to our library first. This is very important. If you do not check with our library and you buy the book, we will bill you for it if we have it in our library. This is not what our library looks like, but it would be cool if it did. Okay, so when you are finished with your book, you have to return it to our library. And failure to follow any of these procedures will result in the payment being transferred to your student. There are some optional expenses. So if you have a student who's going to be driving to campus, they will be responsible for their parking pass, gas, mileage, all of that stuff. So there are lots of support services for students. We as counselors are still your support service, so you can definitely talk to us to assist you with anything. There may be lots of times where we recommend you go to a college advisor because now that you are a college student, you have that support service as well. They have to provide the same services that they provide any other college student, and that does include disability services. So if you are on a 504 or an IEP, you must register with disability services. That is not something that the school does for you. You have to advocate for yourself. Again, that's that independent thinker, that independent college student. You are responsible for yourself now. Athletic eligibility works the same way. You still have to abide by the OHSAA requirements. Our school is in the OHSAA, so you would need to make sure you follow all of those. Please know that summer term does not count. So if you are a student who thinks, oh, I'm going to take some stuff in the summer because I play football in the fall, that way I have all fall off, you cannot do that. You still have to be in the required amount of courses in the fall. So most courses will transfer from one college to another college, but not all of them will. So you definitely want to make sure that you check with colleges to confirm whether or not they are a transferable credit. There is a module, it's called the Ohio Transfer Module. We refer to it as OTM, and a lot of our courses are in the OTM and they will transfer from one Ohio school to another. Now, that doesn't mean that you will receive the exact credit that you need for it. For example, if you take College Credit Plus Chemistry, but you are going to be majoring in engineering at Ohio State may say, we still want you to take our chemistry on our campus because we want to give you a degree from Ohio State, which means we want you to take an Ohio State class. So keep that in mind when you're looking at classes to take. So being college ready is just more than being academically ready. You have to really consider the emotional and social transition, especially for our younger students. The transition from 8th grade year to freshman year is huge anyways, and then we're throwing this College Credit Plus piece on top of that. So you really want to be thinking about that. I always tell parents, you know, if you choose to do this route and you're going to have a student actually on the college campus, there are going to be 20, 30, 40, 50-year-old people in these classrooms with your babies. So you definitely want to think about that social and emotional piece and whether or not it's a good fit for your child. Consider your time management skills and organizational skills, especially students taking online classes. That is a completely different ballgame. So definitely think about that. Grades earned in College Credit Plus are for high school and college credit. We already talked a little bit about that. It's going to be on your GPA, both high school and college. And your credits are going to be utilized in the calculation of your financial aid. So you want to be real careful with performing poorly. So we do have some deadlines that we need to talk about. April 1st are when students have to, by the state of Ohio, have their intent to participate form in. But if you are going to test here, you have to have it in by March 16th. For those of you parents who are watching this video, we will have an intent to participate form that you need to fill out, that you will initial that you watched this presentation and that you did meet the mandatory parental counseling that we gave here at Valley View. You're going to check your ACT and SAT dates. So if you aren't going to test here, you want to make sure you get those ACT dates in if you need to take that. Make sure you check each college deadline. So again, if you're testing here through Sinclair, it's going to be March 16th. But you're going to have to contact each individual college to find out their dates that they have. Make sure you find out about assessment testing requirements. And then the summer semester deadline is going to be really coming up soon. So if you are thinking about a summer class, you're probably going to need to get on that today. And just so you know, even if you apply and you're accepted and you did all this required stuff, you do not have to participate. Okay? And then Valley View courses and college courses can be taken together. But keep in mind that you may not arrive late or leave early from Valley View to take a college course, so be careful with scheduling. Your Valley View class is considered a priority. So if you want to take an 8 o'clock class at Sinclair and it goes until 9 o'clock, we can't expect you to be here at 9:18. That only gives you 18 minutes to get here from Sinclair. We can't do that. So you need to be very careful about how you plan your schedule. If there are no more questions, obviously you can't ask me any because you're watching this video. You will need to know the password for this video today so that we know that you did indeed watch the video. We're tricking you a little bit. And the password is banana. You will have to write that on your intent to participate form so that we know that you watched the video. Have a great day. You can always go here to find out any answers to any other questions or give us a call.